The Reverend Dr. Calvin O. Butts III, senior pastor of Harlem's historic Abyssinian Baptist Church and president of Old Westbury College, a state university, was recently at the center of incident involving an alleged parking violation in the village of Harlem. On November the 19th, the minister led a large peaceful demonstration to protest what he perceives, and many agree, is a lack of sensitivity and blatant disrespect towards members of the The Reverend Dr. Calvin O. Butts III, senior pastor of Harlem's historic Abyssinian Baptist Church and president of Old Westbury College, a state university, was recently at the center of an incident involving an alleged parking violation in the village of Harlem. On November the 19th, the minister led a large peaceful demonstration to protest what he perceives, and many agree, is a lack of sensitivity and blatant disrespect towards members of the... We asked Reverend Butts to describe to us the situation that led to his decision to organize a massive protest at this time. Ironically, 1 week later, Sean Bell, a 23-year-old African-American and bridegroom, was shot down in the streets of Queens. We asked Reverend Butts the implications of these incidents.
About a month ago, I was on Lenox Avenue trying to get some food for my granddaughter. I pulled into a bus stop, didn't realize it was a bus stop, went into the restaurant to get the food. My wife knocked on the window and said, "The police are here." And so I ran out immediately to move my car. I moved my car into a legal space, and when I got out of the car, well, they were writing a ticket because they hadn't started to write it. And I said, "Why are you writing me a ticket? I moved as you asked me to." And then the white male officer, because the one writing ticket was a Latina female officer. The white male officer, "Because you showed attitude." Well, when he said that, I really got angry. Since when is attitude a ticketable offense?
Recently become more and more unnecessarily aggressive in its dealings with non-threatening, non-criminal, unarmed male blacks in our community, not engaged in any criminal activity whatsoever. There's been a whole lot of unnecessary contact. In this particular incident, it was involved in an alleged traffic infraction. It should have never escalated to the point where a prominent member of our community was disrespected.
It was out here because we want to go, because we have to. We must.
It was about an attitude toward us. Because those of you who have not experienced it, you will. Some of us have experienced it at one time. And if you don't check it now, it erupts into the kind of violence that we saw in Jamaica. It's the same attitude, the same sense of superiority. It is just fueled by too much alcohol and the readiness to use a gun.
What was supposed to be the first day as husband and wife for a Queens couple has turned into a day of anger and protest. This after 23-year-old Sean Bell was killed and two of his friends left hospitalized by a barrage of police bullets just hours before Bell was set to be married yesterday.
In the Diallo case in 1999, when the investigation was on the four officers, eventually what emerged was an investigation with regard to the street crimes unit. Eventually that unit was disbanded. Similarly here, 100 Blacks in law enforcement are saying we need to investigate the unit.
50 rounds is an enormous amount of rounds to be fired in a civilized community. And as I stated, especially when individuals in the vehicle weren't returning fire.
I was out there in order to send a call for the respect of, the situation was this. Reverend Butts was, parked in a bus stop, ran to get food. His wife told him, "Listen, they're come to write you a ticket. And so he ran out and moved the car up to appropriate space, and then he observed them writing the ticket after he moved. And then he asked, why are you writing me a ticket when I already moved? And that's what got him so annoyed. What attitude? And so, in essence, we want police officers to treat us like they want to be treated.
Well, the police have to be put in a circumstance in which they can be interviewed immediately after these incidents take place. Right now, it seems as if there's a rule that allows them not to be immediately looked at. There seems to be some protections that have to be looked at to determine whether they are not in the best interest of the community, and especially in the best interest of the victims.
That the administration. So perhaps now is the time for change.
There you go.
The fact that so many people are here demonstrates how.
What I'm most concerned about is not the ticket. That's inconsequential. I'm concerned primarily about the attitude of the police officer. And the reason is because many of these police officers do not respect our community. Now, if you take his attitude and you put that together with alcohol, people that the police don't recognize even after a minute, you have the kind of explosive situation that we saw in Queens with the shooting of Sean Bell.
2 undercover officers called for backup after witnessing a dispute between a group of men, which included Bell, and another individual. Cops say Bell then got into his car with his friends and rammed his vehicle into the undercover police officer who was following them and an unmarked police van. It's not clear if the officer identified himself, but cops say the officer and 4 other cops fired at least 50 shots at Bell's car, hitting him twice, once in the right arm and the neck.
2 officers in the minivan exited their vehicle and fired a total of 34 shots between them. One of the 2, a 12-year veteran of the department, fired 31 times. The other, a 4-year veteran, fired 3 times.
Bell was pronounced dead at Jamaica Hospital, and cops say some of the officers at the scene suffered minor injuries. Joseph Guzman, who was in the vehicle with Bell, was shot at least 11 times, and a 3rd occupant of the car, Trent Benefield, was shot 3 times. Police say they did not find a gun in Bell's car, but the investigation is just beginning.
I can't characterize the shooting at this time.
And the police commissioner over the outrageous conduct.
Do you feel that this incident and these incidents that you have made reference to have national implications, or is this purely a local issue?
This is clearly not a local issue. This is not a neighborhood issue. This is not a borough issue. This is the Harlems of the country experiencing this. And so we know that it's taking place across the river in New Jersey. We know that it's taking place all the way out west and from coast to coast, from north to south.
This march that we held a week ago yesterday was because the community is fed up with this. You continue to put these insensitive police officers in our community who don't respect us, and then when that disrespect grows to a level where they feel like they've been dismissed or they just want to exercise their authority, it can lead to murder. It can lead to Amadou Diallo, it can lead to Abner Louima, it can lead to Doris Mann, it can lead to Zongo or Sean Bell, Eleanor Bumpers, Michael Stewart, Clifford Glover, and the list goes on, Yvonne Smallwood, the list goes on and on. And so it just so happened that we decided to march last Sunday. And then this event took place. This helps our community to see even more clearly that these police officers don't respect us.
These are men and women of great respect.
That's right.
These are men and women who deserve.